Yeah, we had quite a road trip. We opened conference play. Well, we ended up opening conference play Sunday, but scheduled to open conference play at Houston Baptist on Saturday night. It was Houston Baptist this is their first year in the MPSF, so we didn't really know what we were getting into except rain, and that's what it looked like. Heading down to Houston, and that's what we got. Match was scheduled for Saturday night at 7, and just kind of teased us on and off all day. And around 5 o'clock, it just started pouring. And Houston Baptist's field wasn't the best in terms of drainage. So we warmed up. The guys were ready to go. And right at about 7, the refs deemed the field unplayable. And the game was postponed until Sunday morning. And that was the first time I've ever played a collegiate match in the morning. To be honest, wasn't too thrilled about it. Felt there should have been an alternative site Saturday night, but that's a whole different story. But the guys, to their credit, our team really kept their focus. We stayed positive. An 8 a.m. game Sunday morning at a neutral site. We had to get up at 5, which was 4 o'clock Albuquerque time. So it took a little bit out of us. That and, wet and warming up the night before, then going back to the hotel. I was kind of worried that guys would be sick, a little bit lethargic. But I thought we came out well on Sunday morning. Really had control of the game, and the early goings should have put a couple in the net. And then in the 15th minute, against the run of play, Houston Baptist scored quite a good goal. And that happens. You give teams credit if they earn a goal. There's not much you can do about it. And they scored a good one. And our guys didn't miss a beat. Got right back into our rhythm. Thought we really got a hold of the game. Didn't put one in the net the first half, but I felt real comfortable that we were going to score, one, hopefully two. Needed to finish that game out in regulation because we had a flight to catch, and we got 2 really nice goals in the second half. Pretty comfortable with the game. As comfortable as you can be, I guess, when you're chasing a little bit when you're behind. But our guys handled themselves well. Once again, scored 2 real good goals. Great goal by Nick Robson from Devin Sandoval, and then the winner by James Rogers was a beautiful goal. It was Blake Smith to Nick Robson to James on the far post. A real nice combination play. But it wasn't the prettiest game, but it's always good when you can deal with adversity. Helps prepare you because you never know what's ahead. So, we took a lot of positives out of it. Got back Sunday afternoon. Had a little bit of a recovery session yesterday, took today off, and, get back at it tomorrow, Wednesday, in preparation for a big weekend here at home. Air Force Friday night, always a tough match, and then Denver on Sunday. So it'll be 2 big ones, 2 good teams. I don't know if they're great teams, but they're very good teams, and everybody's hungry to play us, and that's our challenge at this point, is just having a target on us. And regardless of rankings or who you've beat, you got to get out there and you got to give your best for 90 minutes. And that's going to be our challenge. I think our guys are motivated. We had 2 guys out this past weekend. Michael Caldron still coming off injury, and Carson Baldinger was really sick and wasn't able to make the trip. But those guys are both back. I think, pretty close to 100%, and they'll both be playing this weekend. So it's been, I think, 3 weeks since we've been at full strength. So that's going to be exciting to get kind of all our guns back for Friday's match. And I think it's going to be a good one.
Coach, on a really wet field, how does that change what you want to do offensively?
We were fortunate. We played on a synthetic field Sunday morning, and it was a beautiful field. So it was fast, good sized field. I mean, I thought it played into our hands quite well. We're a team that wants the ball at our feet, and we want to keep moving it. So I thought it was good. It was good. You know, it's a little bit different playing on an artificial surface than it is on natural grass, but our guys handled it very well, and like I said, had a lot of good moments over the course of the game.
It's hard for another team to get a victory here, but you just talk about protecting home turf and the emphasis on that.
I mean, that's something we always talk about, and the main thing is playing for your supporters. You know, we got an incredible group that comes to our matches. The fans are, you know, unreal here, and we feel real obligation to them to put on a good performance. And there's always pride on your home field. And, you know, I'm not exactly sure on numbers or records, but we're hard to beat here at home, and we need to take pride in that. And I think our guys, you know, are very hard to beat here. Hopefully hard to beat anywhere. But it should be a good one. And Air Force, you know, always have a utmost respect for their players, and that the effort that they put in, their competitiveness, their sportsmanship, I always am impressed with, and it's always a pleasure to compete against them.
Do you see any difference between the Air Force from last year to this year?
I mean, they're missing a couple of key players, but it's pretty interchangeable. You know, they don't get the cream of the crop, but they get good players, good athletes, very cohesive, fit, focused, hard to beat. And I think that's the case in most sports, you know, that we compete against them. So they're a team that commits a lot of numbers forward. Our challenge will be to do a good job defensively and on the counter get at them. You know, I think their back four is a little bit susceptible. Hopefully we score a couple goals against them.
What have you seen from Denver this year?
I haven't really looked at Denver. You know, it's one game at a time. So we're looking at Air Force. Denver's always good. And, you know, we get these teams best. And until you put a couple in the net and get up on these teams and really make them come at you, they're hard to beat because they defend very well. They defend with big numbers, and they look for openings in transition or set pieces. And that's how most teams play against us, because if it becomes a wide open game and it's purely a soccer game, it's hard to stay with us. But if you defend and you look for us to leave little openings here and there, teams are going to get their chances. So we got to be good on the offensive side of the ball, score some goals, and get teams chasing us, and then I think it's a pretty entertaining match.
How are the big guns doing so far?
Well, guys are scoring goals. I
How
mean,
are they feeling towards the
no, guys feel good. You know, there's a lot of players that want to get on the ball and want to get chances. So I think they're hungry. I mean, getting Michael Calderon back will be a good one. You know, he's a pretty special player. Devin Sandoval's scoring goals. Blake Smith, James Rogers, Nick Robson. You know, Carson Baldinger's a great finisher. It's just a lot of pieces, and I think we're starting to gel as a team. You know, just combination, knowing each other's tendencies, and now it's just finding minutes, and that's the challenge as a coach. You know, there's not enough minutes to go around for everybody to be happy, so they got to be good in training, and you see who's good on the night. And when you have these weekends where you have two matches, you know, everybody has to do their part. You know, we're entering a bit of a tough stretch. You play 4 weekends with 2 matches each weekend. And for soccer, that's tough. It's tough to play 4 games in 10 days. You know, just the level of these games and the pace takes its toll on you. So, you know, we're fortunate to have some depth right now with our team. So I think everybody's going to get a good run, and hopefully, you know, the consistency's good, and we take care of our business Friday night.
Talk about the schedule a little bit. You play Air Force and Denver here, and then you go to at Air Force and at Denver.
Good question. Makes no sense to me, but that's the hand we were dealt. I don't know. I don't know why that's the case, but you know, there's a little, you know, there's a separation. There's a week separation. You get a game in between. You know, I don't think it changes things incredibly. you know, you hope that they're good, clean games, and there's that doesn't play a factor. You know, there's no revenge motivation, but you know, that's all lies ahead of us. All we can do is really focus on Friday's game, and we know it's going to be a good game, and we're excited to play. Anything else? All right, thanks.